Hello, and welcome to my presentation today. My name is Troy Wissink, and the name of my presentation is Cybersecurity for Teens. I am a cybersecurity grad student at the University of Detroit Mercy. I'm also an IT leader in the K-12 field. I'm an IT director for a school district here in Michigan, and I'm also the father of a teen. Today's agenda is going to be talking about the service learning mission of the University of Detroit Mercy. We will also touch on digital life balance growing up in an age in the information age. Digital footprint is going to be the main focus of the presentation. It's very important to both understand and manage your digital footprint. We will also talk about hate speech and what that is, and cyberbullying. So as I mentioned before, I am a grad student at the University of Detroit Mercy. They are a service learning institution, and this is a service learning class. And the Service Learning Institute is run by Father Tim Hipskind, and great mission. Catherine McCauley is one of the founders of the Sisters of Mercy, which eventually became the University of Detroit Mercy. And what they teach us in these classes is about compassionate service and things like reflection and inspiration and really making a connection to your community. So my inspiration for this presentation, as I mentioned, I'm the father of a teen. And I think it's really important to educate teens on the value of digital citizenship. So why does the University of Detroit Mercy do this kind of work? They believe that seeing the issues in people's lives lead to compassion and justice and action. They also feel that it motivates reflection and helps you align actions with values. Also helps you develop spirituality, ethically, and develop socially. And it also fosters a commitment in students and graduates to lead, serve, and make a difference in our community. So digital life balance, what are the benefits of being connected 24/7? You guys are a unique generation that has grown up with in the information age. That certainly wasn't the case for a lot of adults today. So you guys are unique. There are some benefits though. It's not like being in the information age is all bad. Some of the many benefits could be real-time access to information, such as weather, helps you plan what to wear or planning an outdoor activity. And also helps you stay connected with people. Things like texting and messenger and social media can help us connect to our friends around the globe instantly. I know I grew up in California, and now that I've been in Michigan for over 20 years, it's hard to know what's going on in the lives of my friends back in other states, but through social media, I'm able to do so. We also have search engines and smart assistants that can help us purchase things. They can also help us solve problems. You know, a lot of times I'm not a very handy person, but you can use YouTube and you know, I was able to fix my dryer by finding some inexpensive parts on Amazon and watching how to replace the part on YouTube. So it can really help spark some of that stuff. And there's also entertainment apps, music, television, streaming, being able to get content wherever we're at on whatever device we have. But there's also a time when you want to disconnect and go offline. Why would we want to do that? Being in nature can help us slow down and unplug. It's really important to find our off switch and be able to manage stress. And also being in nature helps us figure out what's important. It can help us relax and connect to the environment. It also helps us use all 5 of our senses. When we're online, we're pretty much only using sight and sound. And you know, unplugging can help us use all of our senses and stay grounded. Activities like sports help us stay in shape. They also help to get to know people that maybe we wouldn't know otherwise. And spending time with people in person just teaches us how to build relationships, which is very important. Also, the balance between offline and online activities is the key to our wellness. So use that information that you want, but also learn to unplug is my lesson. Digital footprint. This is a big one. So you go online, you do something and you think that's it, you're done and it's behind you. But here's some lessons to learn about your digital footprint. 4 things. A digital footprint can be searched, and it will be. People will figure out what you're doing online. It can also be copied. You think, oh, I do something and then it goes away. It can be copied and it's not just goes away if you try to delete it. It can also be shared more widely than you intend. Maybe you share something, a text or a post with, a small group of friends, but it can get out and be captured and go much further than you intended to. It's also permanent. You think it's easy to just do something and remove it later online, and it really just doesn't. This stuff sticks with you your whole life. So really think about that. Having a positive digital footprint is something that you should not be ashamed to show anyone, and you want to post things that you can be proud of. If you wouldn't say it to your grandma, then you shouldn't be posting it online. Another aspect is fake accounts. It's a very popular thing for people, especially teens, to do. So why would you do that? Well, sometimes it's innocent. Maybe you want to just post about one specific topic. So you make a generic account and you're just posting about sports or video games or something like that. Sometimes it's used to hide. Maybe you want to hide something from your parents or your teachers or other trusted adults. It can also be used to post things that you don't want to be associated with. Maybe you're making a crude joke or saying something mean. A fake account can lead to bullying someone, a message being shared more widely than you intend, or just even wasting time and energy managing fake accounts instead of just the ones that you're proud of in your own name. So what's the potential impact of your digital footprint? Well, college and admissions certainly use it, the military branch, and it can give you a bad impression when you're applying to a college or trying to get into the military. Also in scholarships, a lot of times in applications, they want links to your social media profiles, and a bad look could cost you a scholarship. Sports recruiters, often college sports recruiters, will look up online and try to understand the contact of the conduct of the students that they're recruiting and trying to add to their teams. And they certainly want people that have good conduct rather than the opposite. It can lead to identity theft. When you're sharing personal information online, this can be a liability, but really just you're handing the keys over to someone who wants to steal your identity. It's not smart. Probably the biggest one here, and I saved it for last, is employers. Jobs can be competitive, and well over 70% of employers are using, Googling you or looking up online information about you. And over 30% of hiring managers, one of which I am, say that you can eliminate candidates just based on what you find online. So you really have to be careful. Some do's and don'ts for digital footprint. You should understand the difference between that. It could be the difference between you getting a job and not with your digital footprint. Don't think that your digital footprint is your private business and a company just doesn't have the right to look at it, because that's just not true. You do want to use your digital footprint to your advantage. You want to be putting things out there that are positive and showcase your intelligence and your talents. But do not ignore your social media footprint. An empty footprint can also be looking bad, just as bad as posting something that is bad. So what are some ways that we can clean up our digital footprint? Well, first of all, you want to evaluate your profile. You want to Google yourself. You want to review your privacy settings on your social media accounts. And you want to check your friends. Are these people, that you want to have be a reflection on you? You want to take down any posts that, were maybe impulsive. You want to check your photos and remove anything inappropriate. And you want to check your comments and imagine that you're trying to, what a potential employer would think of your comments. You also can try to, help balance things by putting a lot of positive content to reverse some of the negative stuff that's out there. You want to put out some positive tweets and comments and blog posts. And that way you can help balance and have a positive profile out there that people can go find when they're looking for it. You could also set up things like Google Alerts for your name, and it helps kind of keep tabs on what people are saying about you online. Hate speech is another problem with online, especially in teens. We're going to define that as an attack targeting a person because of their race, religion, gender, or sexual orientation, or other things like that. Someone can engage in hate speech because they have a fear or distrust in someone or something that is unknown to them, which is the definition of xenophobia. Sometimes people do it just to get a rise out of people or just to put the spotlight on themselves. Human nature is to feel freer online because you don't have to look someone in the face, and you might even think that you're anonymous. How does this kind of thing affect people? Well, I would like you to just take a minute and think about how your comments will affect someone before you post them online. Next, we're going to talk about cyberbullying. What is cyberbullying? Well, it's when you're making fun of someone, you're saying insensitive or mean things, you're leaving someone out just to spite them, you're laughing at them, or you're witnessing cyberbullying and you're not stepping in. You're a compliant bystander, which can be just as bad sometimes. So, definition of online disinhibition. This is when people behave differently when they're online versus when they're in person. Benign disinhibition is the act of a person being open or more open to sharing deep personal things that they normally wouldn't. This kind of disinhibition can help people create more positive contacts with people. Maybe you're just showing yourself to be vulnerable and that helps connect with people. So that isn't all bad. But there's also toxic disinhibition. And that's when a person behaves in a more mean way than they would in person because they're hiding behind their online persona. One reason disinhibition is common online is because people feel that, they get to avoid consequences, or maybe someone just really doesn't know who they are. It's also that delay in response. You're young and you maybe don't think before you act. And because of that delayed response, you post something and then you later see that it was impulsive. And so what can you do about it? Well, if you're cyberbullied, you should try and take a screenshot or maybe take a picture of what's happening to prove if you need to go to someone else. You should immediately try and block the person who's trying to do the harm to you. But also pull in a trusted adult. Report it to a parent or a guardian or a teacher or a family member, someone you trust. My last thing for cyberbullying is to stay positive. You didn't do anything wrong. Please don't let it get you down, and see someone if it is getting you down. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. As I mentioned, I'm a student at the University of Detroit Mercy. And so the contact for the Center of Academic Excellence in Cyber Defense is Dr. Ann Conkey. And I have her email on the screen if you would like to contact her with any other questions about the mission of University of Detroit Mercy. Thank you very much for your time, and have a great day.